All right, man. What's the vibes? Hopefully, we live everywhere we're supposed to be. If not, I'll work on it. But man, top of the morning, top of the afternoon, top of the evening, whenever this video may find you, I am Dream. Follow me on Twitter, Mr. Dreamy One. Sub to the channel, like the page or like the channel, share the video, comment on the video. Let me know what y'all on. If y'all comment on this stream, I should be able to put y'all comments up now. So I told y'all, man, we're gonna get fancy eventually with this, man. So I got a special guest, my homeboy Stefan. I'll let him introduce himself, and y'all can know where to find him and all that. Go ahead, my guy.
Dream, appreciate you having me. If you don't follow me already, I'm on Twitter. It's at the bottom there, Stephen Florval. And yeah, like I just been posting WNBA plays. It's been a great season. We've had a couple big hits. We have a big 4-game slate today on Friday, so let's get to it. There's money to be made going into the weekend.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. So, quick recap. Quick recap. Let me see. 3-5 the last 2 days. 3-5 the last 2 days. I can't really remember. I know yesterday I did a half unit play over. And I actually under 157 live, and it didn't hit. But the day before that, we went 3-4. A couple plays that really upset me, but I mean the Aces, I mean, and the Liberty both almost lost, so that should tell you how the day went. But we always recap here and try and keep it transparent with the plays and all that. So with that being said, we're about to get into some WNBA, and I'll touch on a little bit of Summer League, and we're going to start off with the first game. The ticker down there is what it is. I know some of the lines have moved. You can shop around, but I tried to update it to the best of my ability. So the first game that we're going to discuss is going to be Washington -3.5, -4, going against the Fever. And the total is 160, 159.5. Whatever that is, I'm gonna lead to my guy Steph and let him explain what he like in this game.
Well, the biggest play I like in this game is my girl, Baby Shaq. That's Aaliyah Boston. I think that's the biggest mismatch of the game. And the question is, if you've been following the Fever, will she get the damn ball in the post? Because if she gets the ball, she's going to eat. I mean, bigs have been dominating against the Mystics. Obviously, they don't have Shakira Austin. 3 games now without Shakira. 2 of the last 3 we've seen last game, Tierra McCollum and Kalani Brown. 2 bigs who have a similar body style to Aaliyah, but not nearly as agile or skilled. They went off. They had 18 points on 8 of 15 shooting. 2 games before that, Kyan Parker, who can take you outside and inside, she had 23. So I really love Aaliyah in this spot. Now, there's 2 ways you could take it. You could go with the 14.5 on FanDuel, or you go with the 15.5 on DK. You know me. I love Aaliyah. I'm taking the 15.5 all day. I'm even going to sprinkle in the 20. I just think that they traded for Queen Egbo, and she'll be in there, but they have no resistance. So as long as she gets the ball and gets her allotment of shots and minutes, I think she's going to eat tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I dang sure couldn't talk you off that, man. There's been a lot of rumors out there about their team chemistry and all this good stuff. Whether the 2 stars, the big girls, like each other. But after that game, the coach has said it. The media was at her head, like, hey, Aaliyah, she had such and such at halftime, like 12, 15 at halftime, and then the second half, she really didn't shoot, and the coach kind of like gave a little cop out, like, yeah, it was double and triple teaming her, but she also said, look, when she get open, we got to give her the ball. So I mean, Aaliyah Boston, she's so talented. I couldn't ever talk you off of that play. I love it. And I mean, last game I felt like I looked up and she almost had 20. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. She just need to get the ball. And they need to push the pace, especially with Shakira Austin being out. My goodness, if she just get the ball, she's gonna fly over this number each and every time. And I agree with you. If I'm taking it, I'm taking the 15.5, not the 14.5. I'm taking the 15.5, the less juice. I don't have nothing official for this game. I got a little lean for this game, and the homie can let me know how you feel about it. But the Mystics first half, man, it's been strong. Now I know we don't know about Della Don. Della Don is day to day. Now I don't know if she's gonna play. Obviously, I don't think she's gonna play, because she didn't practice yesterday, but she's day to day right now. And Shakira Austin's supposed to be out as well. So I understand that, but the Fever, their team kind of on the free fall. They done lost 7 straight games, man. And as we see, when that start happening, it kind of snowballs, especially in the WNBA. I mean, Mercury. They just got their coach fired. I mean, if the Fever not careful, they lose 3, 4 more games with the #1 pick overall. Who knows what's gonna happen? So I would lean the Mystics first half. I would lean Brittany Sykes rebounds and assists. Also her free throws on Prize Picks, man. She misses free throws a lot, but she's gonna get to the line. She remind me of Russ a little bit. Upsetting me. But yeah, I would lean Brittany Sykes free throws as well on Prize Picks. But yeah, that's what we on. You got any other thoughts about that game?
Yeah, no, I really like that first half lean. If you look at the matchup with the Mystics and the Fever, what the Mystics do really good, even though they're a little weak in the front court, that backcourt is ferocious. Like they trap on the 3-point line. And if you look at the Fever, Lexi Hall's not going to beat you off the dribble. Erica Wheeler, like she's hit and miss. And Kelsey Mitchell could drive, but she really takes a lot of threes. So it matches up with the strength of that Mystics defense. So I won't lie, I really like that look there with the Mystics first half because it's been a wagon so far this season.
Yeah, it has been, man. I just want to get a little bit of news on the Don and see if she gonna play or not. See if like she gonna go through shoot around or what it is. But yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about it. That's why I'm gonna love having a guest on. We got another guest coming on Wednesday. I'll let y'all know. But this is great, man, because I didn't even think about it that way. Like my goodness. Those guards, Ariel Atkins, Natasha Cloud, Brittany Syke, like they gonna eat regardless. They gonna eat and they gonna put pressure on them Fever guards offensively and defensively. So yeah. All right. Next game that we're gonna get into, we got the Minnesota Lynx -3.5, -4 right now, going against the Mercury. Over under 163. Diana Taurasi is out this game. I don't know if it's just rest or whatever, but she's out this game. The Lynx, I'll leave with this game. So I got a couple of plays that I like. But I'm still waiting. I guess I will call these leans. I don't want to lock these in, but I did post about them. So first of all, I'm waiting on Shug Sutton. If we can get Shug Sutton assists, y'all know we've been on those for a minute. If we can get her assist with Taurasi out, 4.5 would be lovely. 5.5, maybe even so. But she's gone over this number repeatedly. If we get a 3.5 number, it's hammer time. So hopefully we get some sort of number on Prize Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings. Sometimes it even be on Bet River. So hopefully we get sort of number even on this Parley Play app that I'm affiliated with, and I'll get into that a little later. But if we can get anything, I'll be on it there. But I like Minnesota in this game. I haven't got there yet, but I like Minnesota for a few reasons. So they are on one of their biggest home stands of the year. So it's like if they're gonna make up ground, I think they got something like 4 or 5 straight games at home. They got a favorable schedule. If you're gonna make up some ground, now is the time to do it. You're looking at a Phoenix team that just really gave it their best shot against the Liberty, and a lot of that had to do with Diana Taurasi getting buckets, doing what she does, refusing to lose, having a vintage performance with about 20, 25 points. I don't even remember. I know she had more than 20. So they're going to be missing, obviously, a big piece of the puzzle. I like the Lynx, between Lindsay Allen assists. They done moved them up to 5.5, probably where they should be. But if that dip back under 5.5, I will look there. Dorka as well. She kind of fronted with the rebounds, but she had so many chances, and I guess I felt bad watching it. I'm like, poor Leah Boston was just bullying her. Like, it was a few times she was trying her hardest to get she boxed her out in position. And Leah Boston just like, boop, and just tipped it right to her. Like, it wasn't even over the back. It was just like, nah, you too little. Come here. And she's so Leah Boston just way more agile too. So I'm like, okay. But those are looks that I would look at, but especially just the Lynx, man. I think by the time the public, and I put this on the timeline last night, again, follow us both. Do I think Phoenix has Kyle Lear's number? I'll let my homie Steph get on that next. But I put it on the timeline. I just think the line. I think it's gonna be good value. I didn't play it, but I'm not gonna give it out. And if I play it, I will put it on the timeline. But I just think that this line gonna close around 5 once the public understand that Diana Taurasi not gonna play. And they're just gonna be able to put their attention on Brittany Griner. And if Sophie can knock down some threes, that'll be one thing. But aside from that, And another thing, real quick, Brittany Griner, if you look at her shot attempts since that new coach came in, he is really
Yeah.
focusing on getting her the ball. Brittany Griner for first basket would not be a bad idea because she's probably gonna win the tip and she's gonna get the ball that first play in the post. So those are my leans. Let me see if the homie Stefan got anything for us.
Oh, this is actually like my favorite game of the night. If I could find a way to
Okay.
grab the Lynx 10 plus win margin, I think the Mercury are about to get this work. First off, when Taurasi's not there, there's no adult in the room. I love Shookson's assists, like you said. I would take it up to 5.5 is dicey, but hopefully we get a nice 3.5, 4.5 number. We can play that as a straight. For my prospect family, Brittany Griner's fantasy points, as you alluded to, she's gonna get all the shots she wants. And also the Lynx give up a sneaky amount of blocks. And Brittany, if she could get you about maybe 3, maybe 4 blocks a game, she'll moonwalk to that fantasy number. But I have 3 plays in this game that I really like. My first one is Kayla McBride. So the line opened at minus 125 for 2 threes. That now is ballooned all the way up to minus 156, which is a hideous number. So to take some of the juice off, I got it at minus 25, but I gave it out with the Aces first half money line. That takes it to a nice plus 110. And the reason I like it is at home, she's just a home shooter. 6 of her last 8 at home, over 2 threes, 4 for her last 4. And the Mercury also give up the 4th most threes in the league. And then if you want another stat, another reason to take it, the last 7 shooting guards against Phoenix have made 2+ threes. And if you've been watching this Mercury team all year, the thing with them is they had the stretch where they didn't have Taurasi and Griner. And when you get to the underbelly of that team, they don't have the depth like that. Like, this is a bad team. So that's the only reason that's the reason I really like that a ton. For that same reason, I really like Nafisa Collier's rebounds. The trend with the Mercury I've kind of noticed is the center isn't really going to get the rebounds because, as you alluded to when you talk about Dorka versus Aaliyah, the center just going to have her hands full with Brittany Griner when they send the double. She's a phenomenal player on the post, so the center not really going to have position to get rebounds, but it's really the forwards that get in position. So on this number, 7.5 minus 120, I'm on that. She's 8 of her last 11, including 9 Sunday against this same Mercury team. So I think it's just going to be one of those games where there's going to be a lot of errant shots. Grinder's going to get a ton of shots. Collar's going to have an opportunity because ever since she's moved into this power forward role, she's been eating on the glass. So love that. And the third play, I hate to go 3 plays one game, but my girl Diamond Miller. Y'all know her, top overall pick from this past year's draft. Rookie was eating. Last game, she had more turnovers than points. She had like 3 turnovers and 1 point. That's exactly why I'm going right back to her. They gave us a number beautiful here at 14.5 and minus 113. The head coach talked about after the game. Early on, she was looking for a shot, looking to kind of keep on that hot stretch. She had 18 plus points, 3 straight games, and she kind of was forcing a little bit. And she only had, I want to say, 2 shots in the final, like 3/4 of the game. But they're basically going to go right back to her. And if you look at the matchup, it's going to be her versus Mariah Jefferson and Sophie Cunningham with a bad back. How do you think that one's going to end up? So those are my 3 plays for this game. I really like those a ton, as well as those short sudden dimes. I really love that look as well.
Yeah, man. Sounds amazing. Yeah, those are definitely. That 3-point look. My goodness, I'm tailing that. I'm gonna put that in for plus money for sure. As soon as the plays, as soon as we done with this show. Shout out to Tatiana. She asked about Diamond. And she got her answer. Shout out to the homie Fahrenheit. Follow him on Twitter as well. The boy be giving out them good plays. So appreciate y'all pulling up, man, as always. So y'all got those plays. I guess we move on to the next game, man. And hey, man, shoot or shoot. So hey, if you got 3 plays, you got 3 plays. Shoot or shoot. Next, we're gonna go to Chicago. Chicago minus 1.5 versus Atlanta over under 169.5. I'll let the homie Steph start off and let me know how you feel about this game. If you got any ideas, any plays, leans, anything. What you got, man?
Yeah, man, 3 strong leans on this one. The 2 big spots, obviously, are Kalia Copper. Kind of like a weird line. It's 17.5 at DK. I want to say for plus money, like a plus 110. And over at FanDuel, they're like at 15.5 minus 136. Really like the spot for her. She's a real physical downhill player who gets mid range and the long shot. The Dream defense, I don't think is going to put up much of resistance. But the one I like the most is I think Kyan Parker is really in a great position here because I really wish we could just do points plus rebounds because their points are at 15.5. and her rebounds at 6.5. And one of them's gonna go over by like 2 or 3. I just don't know which one yet. So I'll probably throw that on like a prospects. But if you look at Cayenne versus a front line on the Sky that is extremely weak, she's had kind of a down stretch here. One game where she was struggling from the field, another where she was in foul trouble, so she only played like 20 minutes. Water always finds its level. I believe that. And if you look at those charts where they look at the over and under on the points total, it goes down and eventually it's going right back in the green. I think it's back in the green tonight because I think you could see her get, if she gets the minutes and the game stays close, 20 easy. Because they don't have a matchup because Elizabeth Williams, too slow-footed, can't follow her out to the perimeter, and Elena Smith, God bless her heart, but she ain't going to be able to bang down low if Cayenne gets her body on her and starts to get it to the cup. So those are the looks I'm looking for. Another one that's kind of sneaky, which I know we'll never get, is the Dream and their guard play, because they don't really have a true point guard that distributes the ball. But Danielle Robinson has 5+ assists in 3 of the last 4, and Haley Jones has 4+ in 3 of the last 4. They don't really have a true point guard. They kind of do like this committee thing. So if I get either line, I might throw a little change on either one of those.
Wow. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Shout out to the homie Cam. Was good, man. Was good. And Fahrenheit saying the Dream give up the most free throws in the league, and Copper gets to the line. Love that.
Oh, that's a good note.
There's probably gonna be some blunt money bets or some lanes that we get into that have Miss Copper in it. But as far as a straight bet, so I got 2 straight bets for this game, man. I'm on the Sky -1.5, -105, -106. Whatever. It's one of those 2. I put on the timeline last night. Still should be widely available. I got it at FanDuel, I believe. But it's widely available. So shout out to the homie Tease. I was watching one of his streams last week, and he was talking about this spot. And the blunt money, the memory ain't always the best, but I did remember for some reason this game coming up, and I looked, and it's true, man. So Chicago, they got 5 days of rest, which is kind of rare in the WNBA. They basically, this is the best rest of the season. It's like they had a mini All-Star break. And then if you look at they've won 3 straight, by the way, since they got rid of their coach, or since their coach left. Shout out to the homie, he went to greener pastures. Now, if you go ahead and look at Atlanta, they did beat LA in LA, but they played LA again like a day or 2 later in LA. So they had to go from Atlanta and fly to LA. They lost that game. Wait, did they lost that game, right, Stephen? I believe they lost that game. Did they
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that. See, I should have double checked. I believe they got blown out that game. But either way it goes, it's the rest advantage. So they just played 2 days ago, and they don't flew from Atlanta to LA to Chicago. As we know, these ladies aren't blessed with like private planes and like the best systems of recovery and stuff like that. This is just a terrible spot for this team. You're going against a team that's at home, sitting there waiting for you, and y'all just trying to do what y'all can. And if you know the Dream, they run up and down, run up and down, run up and down. So it's not like they have a slow pace. Like they've been running up and down the last week or so. So I love the spot for Chicago. It's just more of a spot play, man. That's really what it is. It's a rest spot in a spot play with Chicago being that they won 3 straight. Also, Elena Smith, man. Her rebounds 5.5, -125. So again, not the best matchup for her with Cheyenne Parker. But if she plays her, 25 to 30 minutes, she's gone over this line 8 of the last 9 games. The one game she did not go over this line, she had 5 rebounds. So y'all know what it is, man. We just gonna play the numbers and play that. Last game, she went over the number, and she left the game early with some sort of injury. I don't know if she returned or not, but she left the game with an injury, and she still covered the line. So I will go ahead and take Elena Smith over her 5.5 rebounds. I couldn't talk you off the over, but I wouldn't play with it because, again, like I said, the Dream just played 2 days ago. Let me see. Yeah, they played July 5th because all the games were the day after July 4th. So I'm pretty sure they played July 5th because the Aces played July 5th as well. Yeah, so they just played July 5th in LA. Now they coming here to play with the day's rest in Chicago. Just not good. Just not good. Let me go through some of these comments real quick. How y'all feel about Gray under? Is that Gray? Oh, Alicia Gray under 17.5 points. I really don't got no feelings about that, to be honest with you. Oh, that's not the best. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't really have no feelings about that. I couldn't talk you off of it. It's Alicia Gray for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, if I could just like go back on Elena, I love the look on those 5.5 boards. I think that's a good look. Your girl Courtney Williams, because that's been like your kind of calling lane. I've been riding with you on that on those under rebounds. She's been snagging in rebounds. I think the line's at 5.5. I'm not about to be out here playing a point guard's rebounds, but I will say from watching the Dream play, where the game is basically like a YMCA scrimmage, where they're taking shots from weird angle, the ball bounce around. Like Ionescu had a bunch of rebounds versus them. Vandersloot, I believe, had a game where she had like I want to say like 4 or 5 rebounds against them as well. So if somebody wants to go on that ledge, I'm not going there. But if you want to go, Courtney Williams has been snatching those boards, and the one frustration you'll have is I think Elena will get the 6+. But Courtney just be in the paint, jumping over the power forward to start the break, and she'll take the ball out of her hand and steal the rebound. Like,
yeah,
sheesh.
man. So the way I got on the unders is it was just me watching the games, and I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm about to get on the unders, and you know what? I'm off the unders, man. She gonna do it. It's so crazy that I'm trying to see if they're gonna post her triple double. Maybe they will post a triple double.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
sure, but if they post her triple double, it's lit. It should be something crazy. But I know she had. I think she's had 2 this year, maybe. But I know she had one
Yeah.
for sure. She's gonna be hunting it. Also, her PRA and RA are worth looks. Oh boy, it's thunderstorm, bro. And her RA are worth looks on Prize Picks for sure. I can't. I feel like you with the points and rebounds that you was talking about with Cheyenne. Like I feel like she going over them rebounds or assists or even in points by a lot. I'm just not sure which one. So I will look toward the
Same,
rebounds
same.
and assists with her. So yeah, man. That's what it is with that. All right, final game of the night. Aces right now they down to 9.5 some places.
Yeah.
Versus the Wings and over under of 175, 175 and a half. I don't know. I don't know if I started the last one or not. You started the last one. I started this one. I don't really have no plays for this game so far. I would lean the first half. I will wait till the last minute to play it. I want to see if Kelsey Plum's going to play. The fact that she was day to day leads me to believe that she's going to play. I think they might have just held her out for rest. Also, her 3-point line has been posted, so that also leads me to believe that she's going to play as well. But who knows? So her threes are always a good look. As far as prize picks with the combined, in my opinion, her and Jackie Young, I always love their combined threes. If she doesn't play, you got to lean toward Chelsea Gray and her points over for sure because she's going to be aggressive and she has a good matchup. She was really aggressive last game. She just felt like she could get whatever she wanted to. Um, and I'm waiting for Sai to assist. They haven't posted yet, but if her over 3.5 assists, 4 assists post, I will be on those as well. And Asia Wilson rebounds. I got him at 9.5, -130 as no, actually -136. As soon as I went to post them, it went to 10.5 -115. I couldn't talk you off that, but I would just wait, maybe get it on Prize Picks at that even 10. I couldn't talk you off the over 10.5. She's covered this line at this point. Oof, I want to say 7 of her last 8, 8 of her last 9, 9 of her last 10. And the reason why I think this line continuously is posted at 9.5 is because last month she averaged 9 rebounds. I think she averaged 9 rebounds. I ain't the best at math, so hey. But I think she averaged 9 rebounds last month because she had one game where she had 2 rebounds. And the rest was like 10, 10, 11, 12, 10, 10, 10. So that one game brought her average way down, in my opinion. She might have played like 7, 8 games last month. So that one did bring it down. I think that's what made her not average double digits. But there's no reason for her rebound line to still be at 9.5, opening at 9.5. Only reason why I didn't hammer it as soon as I saw it was because I wanted to see where it will open at Bet Rivers and where we're open at DraftKings. It still hasn't opened at DraftKings. Bet Rivers that opened that damn -147. So when I seen that, I said, all right, let me get on the 136. As soon as I played that, it posted. So again, if you want to just look to her to get 10 rebounds, I would play that on Prize Picks. Or if you want to play the 10.5, I couldn't talk you off that. That's where I'm looking this game. Let me see if the homie Steph got something else he want to add.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot because Kelsey Plum, I think she'll play today, but depending if she's in there today, It's going to be really interesting because I was looking at this game, and listen, the Aces are going to win the title. Runaway Train, amazing, but even the '96 Bulls lost 10 games. So at one of these games, like the fever almost caught them. I just have a weird feeling like I didn't take it. But if there's some kind of PPD where I could take like Natasha Howard 15 in the win, or Sobley 20 in the win, it's like plus 1,000. Like they're gonna just lose one of these games just on pure, just like it's hard to stay mentally sharp in all these games, especially when you're playing a team that's like not one of the amongst the least of the game. But obviously, I would never tell anyone just take the money line for the Wings. In this game, I like Candace Parker's assist. I really think she could do like that high-low action with Asia that they really like are killing with. Honestly, I also think this is an opportunity where if Kelsey's in the game, the WNBA is an unders league. So I think you could look towards two unders in this game. Asia Wilson, because they have the number at 22 and a half. Couldn't blame anyone for putting the number that high. But you notice with Ages, when they have their full allotment of talent, it's almost like all the players cannibalize each other. Kelsey will have 15 and a half, like I had her in the game for 20, then she won't shoot in the second half. Jackie will go off for 15, then she'll finish at 21. So I think if it's at 22 and a half and there's no minutes restriction and Kelsey's in there, I actually might look towards the under on that. And I might look for the under also on Enrique at 21 and a half. I saw it earlier, where she's a 5'8 guard. I think Becky Hammond, one of her strongest suits is defending the three-point line against those diminutive type guards. Like she's not going in the lane with them trees and finishing in traffic. Like that's not happening. Last game she struggled. She got a lot of her points off of kind of like free-flowing operations on the fast break. When things broke down, she was open. But the Aces backcourt defense, that's where they specialize. So I really like those two unders under those two circumstances. I'll probably put that not as a solo, but like on a prize pick, like a max under sheet, where you just have these nights where you go in and you're like this over, that over, and then like you just have for whatever reason a bunch of unders go in there. But if Kelsey's out, I got to pivot towards my girl Jackie Young, who they have no resistance for her. She gets downhill. She could pull that three ball. Thing with her is her first half PRA, her fantasy points on prize picks has been a really clear hit spot. Like when Kelsey was in their last game, she destroyed the number. I want to say it was something like 13, 14 and a half PRA. She had that like towards the beginning of the second quarter. So it's an interesting spot. I trust Becky Hammond, especially now that she has time to game plan, play them again in 2 days. But I just have a weird feeling that one of these games, the Aces are going to drop one of these games to an opponent that they're clearly better than. So those are my looks on for that game.
Yeah, man, sounds good. Piggybacking off a few things, man. I love that the Candace Parker rebounds and assists. I've been playing that like crazy on Prize Picks. It's done well. Um, Enrique, if I was to look over on anything, it would be her threes because, like you said, she struggles going to the lane and she's jacking up a lot of threes. Like her and Jackie Young, obviously they both went to the Notre Dame, right? But they
Yeah,
got a little, they had something going last game. Like they was going at each
yeah,
other last game. Like I was sitting there like, oh okay, and it was a great matchup to see. So, yeah. I love all of those looks. Let me see. The Natasha Howard 15. If I was to do a PPD, that would be it. Natasha Howard clearly was open all game last game. They were saying we're gonna stay off of her because Tierra McGowan, she a problem. She just give me
yeah,
boogie vibes, man. She give me
yeah,
Marcus Cousin vibes. Like her attitude is not good, man. But yo, she wasn't getting a good whistle either. So maybe she gets a good whistle tonight. But they was all over her. She was getting positioned where she wanted because Asia, I mean, for lack of a better term, Asia's just she's too slim for her. Like Tierra McGowan, she should be getting rebounds. She could get a double-double tonight. So if I was looking toward anybody's over, I would look at her because I just liked what I saw as far as her activity. She just literally couldn't finish no layups. She was getting offensive rebounds, couldn't finish the layups. They was catching her right inside, and Asia was bothering her, but she wasn't using her size to her best of her ability. And she was getting hacked and wasn't getting calls, and she was begging for a tech, didn't get it. So, yeah, that game, we'll see what happens. Natasha
yeah.
Howard, I couldn't talk you off of that for sure. If you was gonna look at somebody for the Aces, I'm sorry for the Wings, and if they win, it's gonna be her having a big game. That's what I would believe as well. So,
Yeah, and I
that's
also
what we're
think like
going.
they got those combo points on prize picks. So one
Yeah.
of them is going to hit with the wing side. The one that kind of have my eye on there is like the Howard Sabali 34.0 because the forward position is really like where you can kind of like do some damage on the aces, especially Sabali. Like her 3-point shot is not there yet. Like in a couple years, she's just gonna have that shot and she's gonna be like a 20 point per game scorer. But it's like kind of But if she hits a couple, and you just said it perfectly, anybody that follows me on Twitter knows I am a Tierra McCowan stan account. Like that girl just goes down low and bodies and catches the ball and just dominates. But you got to pay so much attention to her. Like you said perfectly, Tasha gonna have the room on the wing, and she's sneaky, could pull that three and hit a couple. Solid could kind of slash and go downhill. So that's the prize pick look I'm liking with those two. It's like the points combo for that 34.0. Because the truth is, like, they're gonna be at the crib. It's Friday night. You want to knock off the defending champs, like you need the girls to show out, come on, play, make some buckets, get the crowd into it, play some defense. And that first half in Las Vegas showed me a lot. And shout out to you. You're on the timeline because like when they lost Sably in that second half, it all went downhill. She was kind of like the glue that was holding that thing together, especially defensively.
Yeah, Sably is she's showing her worth every the more and more I see her play. She's like a player when you look at her, like you wouldn't think she was like the type of player she is, where she just be running in there, grabbing rebounds, throwing elbows. I'd be like, damn, I didn't think you were like that. I
Yeah,
would look at her, I would thought she'd be like a Sophie Cunningham, like a finesse player, but nah, she's not.
yeah.
So yeah, man. Great analysis and just one thing I wanted to say too. What's the girl who was balling last game for the Aces off the bench? Uh, she got she light skin.
Oh, Aaliyah
Uh,
Clark on the three ball.
yeah, it's her birthday today. So
Uh,
if you could get something with her, yeah, it's her birthday today. Stuff just be coming across my timeline. That came across my timeline. So if y'all know me in the NBA, we do like leaning towards guys on their birthdays. So especially if Kelsey Plum doesn't play, she probably be putting up shots. And even if Kelsey Plum does play, if you can get something with her, get like 5 or 7 points, whatever her line would be as a bench player, it would be worth a look, I think. So
and we need
that's
FanDuel to give us these same game parlays and like to be able to ladder. Because if you could do like a Kelsey Gray 8 assists with Clark 3 threes, 4 threes, like Kelsey was talking about her sister at 5.5, but it's an ugly -136. So
yeah,
like, do I really want to play that for -136? Not really. But yeah, we need that same game parlay function on FanDuel. Like we all need to write in and get that done.
and I saw on the timeline Bet365 got it. So
Oh, okay.
if you got Bet365, you somewhere that you can get Bet365, go ahead and get that. And shameless plug, if you're in a state that has this good old Parley Play app, go ahead, download that app. Use promo code Dreamy. And we're going to have some plays on that thing, man. What's so good about that app, what I've seen, is they have second half lines before the game start, boys and girls. All right,
Oh,
that's where
okay.
we can get them. Prize Picks, they don't do that. They normally wait to list them to see if the game is close, and if the game isn't close, they don't even list them. I saw yesterday that they had the lines for that Connecticut game, the second half lines. They had those available hours before the game started. I was busy. I didn't get no sleep, so I went and took a nap. And when I woke up, they were gone. But yeah, so that could be something. That is going to be something I'm looking forward. When I get done with this stream, I'm going to be trying to see. Look, they got those posted. If they got them posted, we definitely going to be putting them in. It's not available in New York, so I want to be fully transparent with y'all. I unfortunately won't be playing them. But I will be giving them out as if I was playing them, and you'll see on Prize Picks I'll have similar picks. But I wouldn't have really messed with them if I didn't think that I could exploit them. So we'll see if we can exploit these guys. So, blunt money bets for the WNBA. I will lead, um, I guess, with a couple leans in those things and see if the homie Steph got some. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, we were cooking. We got some. We got some.
okay. Plus 700. Kalia Copper. I know you mentioned her. Kalia Copper plus 700 to score 25 points. Could not talk anybody off of that. Um. Let me look at my notes. Brittany Griner. So if she gets fed, her and Collier each to have 30. I could not talk you off of those girls at all. Um, and it was one more. Oh, Ariel Atkins right now. If you don't have Deladon in the game, her 20 right now is plus 385. If Deladon
Mm.
is ruled out, I don't think it'll drop immediately. It'll take a little while. It'll take somebody to hit it for it to drop. So, Brittany Sykes to score 20 is also plus 500. I couldn't talk you off of that as well. So those are the blunt money bets I have as far as player points, and I have one official ticket that I want to talk about. It's so funny. Me and the bro, we had the same wavelength because he said if he could get them plus 11, he would play them, and you might be able to get them on FanDuel plus 11. But I have a round robin that we're gonna play, and it's gonna be when I find that I have too many notes, but it's basically all okay. Yeah, Washington, the Washington Mystics, the Chicago Sky, and the Minnesota Lynx, all to win by between 6 and 10 points. So this is all
Mm.
basically for them to kind of cover the spread, do a little more. All right, we're gonna round robin all of them. They're all plus 400s or more. So you got a plus 410, a plus 400, and a plus 490. All right. And you round robin those with twos and threes. One way to think of round robins, I forgot who was telling me. Actually, my homie Bruce was telling me this. One way to think of round robins is prize picks. If you play prize picks and you play 3 prize picks, you can do the 3 team on prize picks. And if you get two, you can choose that you just do the 3, or you can choose where you can make it so you get 2 right out of the 3, you still get a payout. That's all around robin pretty much is, for lack of a better term. Same thing with the flex picks. When you put 5 of the flex in there and you make it so okay, if 4 hit, I could double my money. That's just a round robin, all right. So it'd be really tough to explain round robins, but prize picks made it easy. So that's the round robin. If you want to go on FanDuel, find them all between 6 and 10. Once you go to do the party pays out plus 12,000. So yeah, obviously sprinkle that. But hit the round robin tab and it'll come up as like 2s and 3s and all that stuff. And those are the blunt money bets. All right. So again, Washington Mystics, the Chicago Sky, and the Minnesota Lynx all to win between the win margin 6 and 10. They're all plus 400 or more. We're gonna round robin those and play them as a straight party at plus 12,000. And I will go to the homie Stefan. What you got?
Man, I gotta listen. Aaliyah Boston's 20 is looking at me, and Diamond Miller, who had 25 against the Mercury just a little bit ago. If you put both of them for 20, you get 14-17. So I did a quarter unit on that. And when they give me Cheyenne Parker's 20 as well, I'm gonna add that to those two and put like point 0.1 of a unit. Hopefully, try to get like a plus 5,000, 6,000. I just think like all three are in big spots in that Dream Sky game, you were just talking about it. It's going to be Cheyenne on Copper. I love that 25 look you mentioned. I'm still wrestling over depending on what they put the 20 for Copper because she's going to have more opportunity to get to 20. I think Cheyenne has the better matchup, but Copper will have more opportunity, more uses, more shots, more minutes, everything. So now I think of it, I'll probably do Copper's 20 with Boston's 20 with Diamond's 20 on some, point 0.1 unit plus 5,000 plus long shot, and you hit one of those and it's a beautiful Friday. You just go out, you enjoy the night, because you just,
Man.
you go, you just slap a nice plus 5,000 to bring in the weekend.
Yeah, man. This WNBA got to fund the weekend, man. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend on the backs of the WNBA. All right, those are some blunt money bets. I know this is kind of on the this is kind of on the fly, but let's put together prize picks for people. Let's just rap about prize picks for a couple minutes. Let's just put together like a 3 or 4 hypothetical 3 or 4 teamer with lines that may or may not drop, that have or haven't dropped yet. You mentioned the Natasha Howard Satu points. I like that. I like that a lot. The Shug, if we get some Shug assists,
Yeah.
we gotta be
That's
on
the first name I was going towards.
Okay, yeah. So Shug assists, if we get Shug assists on whatever platform, if it's 3.5, it's hammer time. If it's 4.5, we will play. If it's 5.5, we probably chill. But it ain't gonna be 5.5. Something tell me it ain't gonna be 5. They not on it like that. Come on now, you're not on it. Kelsey Plum, her threes, we'll see where they list because the way Prize Picks normally does, they have a expected line of minus 137. So that's why a lot of times you can get a little value on Prize Picks minus because if Prize Picks got it at minus 137 and FanDuel got it at minus 167, obviously you get a better value at Prize Picks even if you have to do a 2-teamer. So Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young, I spoke about those two. If each play, I would love them. They're probably going to be at 4.5 combined threes. If it's four, it's a great spot. And I talked about Candace Parker again. I know Steph talked about her assists. I like the rebounds and assists. Even the PR rate with Kelsey Plum out. She's been shooting a lot of threes lately and making them. So,
Yeah.
what do you think? What other looks you got? Oh, and Courtney Williams, rebounds.
Yeah, Courtney's in a big spot tonight.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking, man?
So I'm looking at the board here. Courtney Williams rebounds plus assists. I definitely like. Uh, Diamond Miller. I got to keep going back to her. Like I just got to listen to what the coach told me. The coach told me, he's like, "Hey, this is our young bull. We don't give her the ball. She's gonna shoot." That's also like why I'm staying away from Nafisa Collier. Like she's a phenomenal player, but they kind of have like more of like a team now. Like Lindsay Allen's in there. Depending on where they list her assists, because I know it's right now it was like 5.5 plus minus.
Five and
So
a
if they
half.
give us like a 5 even number, I might just take that and just be like, you know what, she gonna get 5. Can she get 6? Because she's been destroying her assists.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned it earlier is Brittany Griner's fantasy. I mean, the Lynx give up blocks, they give up steals to centers. Brittany's not really a steal center, but she does get a lot of blocks. And the fact that they don't really have much tonight. Like the artillery is going to be like Mariah, Sophie off the back injury, and like Brittany. So the one fear with that would be that we've seen the Lynx in past games where they played like the Sparks, where they would do this thing where they knew that like NECA was the only really force, so they would just key in on her, they double, triple. But we've seen Brittany in the last couple games. She's so darn tall, like she's 6'7".
No
They'll
matter.
double, she'll just scoop right under, finish with the left or the right. Like it don't even really matter. She also has like a nice little turnaround. She'll take 2 steps back, get a little mid range jumper on you. So Brittany gonna eat regardless. So we just need to get like 20 points and like 3-4 blocks, and we in there with the fantasy.
And she finally rebounded the ball like she was 6'7" last
Oh
game.
my
I'm like,
God!
damn,
Finally,
how you been having these 4 rebound games if you don't snag? Come on now.
it make no
So
sense. She just like lets the ball roll away. Makes no sense.
what's the Courtney rebounds and assist line? Because you can look, I can't. What's Courtney rebounds and assists at?
I
I'm
don't
probably.
like when I looked before I came on here. They didn't. They only had points and points combos on there.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, okay. I thought you was looking. Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay. Okay, so hypothetical, if these are available, we're gonna go Suge, we're gonna go Suge assists, Courtney rebounds and assists, Griner fantasy points, and Diamond points. What you think?
I like that. I would like to throw in maybe not to have redundancy. Maybe put like that Sabali Howard points combo instead of Diamond. So that way, like if Diamond misses, you don't lose on 2. You only lose on like the straight, and you still have the prize pick alive. Because I do think that the wings have to get the forwards to kind of come through to keep up. Because Ace is going to score points. I don't know if they're going to cover the team total, but they're going to give you like 88, 89 plus points. So the wings going to have to kind of push the pace here and like get easily over 80 points on the scoreboard to have a chance
Yeah,
tonight.
they gotta push it. The way with the Aces, they're gonna score regardless. They're gonna score. Either you're gonna score, or you're gonna lose by 20. And the Wings did a
Exactly.
great job of coming out and scoring. And the Wings, like they was pumped for that game. You could tell. I don't think it was so much Kelsey Plum being out as it was a team that has talent that got bodies, and they came out and played today. Today, Enrique came out aggressive, going to the hole, using her athleticism and speed. Satu was grabbing rebounds, looking really good out there. Tierra, she was using her size even though she wasn't finishing. And Natasha Howard just came out hitting shots, balling. So to me, they kind of played like one of their better games that they can play. So yeah, man, I couldn't talk you off any of that. All right, real quick, and if we get to we get those prize picks, we will go ahead and just release them. We'll release them,
Yeah.
and if we get them, but we just, I don't know, they could be open now. Um, we don't know what it is, so we'll see. Real quick, man, before we go, I want to get into a little bit of summer league, and again, I want to thank my guest for coming on. His spot, this gonna be his spot Friday mornings. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he want to do with his
Yeah.
spot. He's an NFL guy. I'm not really. I watch it, but I'm not the biggest NFL guy. Maybe I can get better at capping it this year. So we'll be transitioning, talking about all sports: NFL, NBA, WNBA, whatever, college football going forward. But be on the lookout for us every Friday morning around this time, 10:30, 11 a.m. around that time. All right. Real quick before we get out of here, though, I want to touch on Summer League. Summer League. Hopefully the lines ain't get crazy. Posted a couple on the timeline, just like my bro Steph. He posted his, so y'all should go ahead and follow him and follow me, because if we don't make the stream, like we can't always make the stream, and we're gonna post it when we get the value. So you can go ahead and tell there. But I posted some prize picks before I got on. With the summer league, I'm about to empty the clip for y'all, so get y'all pens and paper out, pull up the app, because I thought it was some great value. I pray the value was still there. They don't normally go up by 3-4 points now. It only been an hour, so let me give y'all what I got, and I'm gonna ask my guest if he has anything. So first, we got two teamers: Tari Eason for Houston Rockets and Malachi Branham for the Spurs. Over 15 and a half and 15 and a half points each. All right. The reasoning behind that is both of these guys are second year players. Both of these, I think Tari might be a third year player. So I expect both of them to get good value. All right. Another two teamer, Square. Victor over 18 and a half points, and Scoop over 15 and a half points. School, I really like School. And Victor, I don't know. Like Victor, he gonna do what he do. Victor is so talented. He can really get busy. Yeah, that's how I felt about that too. Um, Victor could really get busy.
That's facts.
But it's tough. We don't know. We'll see. You know, he done had 37 in the when he played the G League team. So never forget that. And he plays in a better league than the summer league, the G League. But the G League is also ran by guards, so they might just I do what they want to do for one. And also, he might play limited minutes. He only may play 18 minutes. Where we seeing other guys go get 25, 30 minutes. We may not get that out of him. So, but I had to put that two teamer together. And my favorite two teamer that I might have put a little too much money on when I see it, but I couldn't help it. Jabari Smith over 17 and a half points, and Shadayan Sharp over 17 and a half points. Are you kidding me? These guys finished the season around these lines. You know what I'm saying? Like Jabari Smith in the NBA at the end of the season was like 15 and a half, 16 and a half. Shadayan Sharp finished like 25 and a half, 26 and a half. I remember. I was the one that said, all right, man, it's getting crazy. I'm going to bet it's over. Then he had 30. All right, so with that being said, both of those guys are probably going to be the number one option on Summer League. Not Scoop, Shadayan, Baby T-Mac is probably going to be the number one option. Both of them guys are going to just fall into points. They second-year players.
Hey, you saw the boy Keegan the other day? Like, this was just like a walkthrough.
And I love Keegan. But Keegan is not the offensive player to me that those guys are. Keegan is a shooter, and he shot, and his game did improve. But Jabari Smith, man, he got a lot of tools in his game that he can really put in Shadayan. We already seen Shadayan. That boy is a bucket. He's an athletic freak. He's a bucket. So yeah, I love those. As far as lottos, Dyson Daniels, over 14 and a half points. Guard for the Pelicans, guy that wants to prove himself, guy that really needs some time. Summer League is tailor-made for guys like him. So second or third year player, Dyson Daniels, over 14 and a half points. Marjon Beauchamp, over 14 and a half points. Probably one of my favorites. I'm going to have to whip something else up with him. Plays for the Bucks, over 14 and a half points. He's a forward. This guy was playing during the season when Giannis was out getting buckets. He's going to shoot. So yeah, over his 14 and a half points. Max Christie and Jalen Hood Schifano, my Laker guys. Shout out to my Laker guys for sure. I like them both over 16 and a half points. I don't see their minutes decreasing. Max Christie, they both gone over this line both games. I think I know Hood's gone over his line, his numbers, his points prop both games. I don't know if it's gone over this one specifically, but he's gone over his points props both games. So is Max Christie. I expect that to continue. And AJ Griffin, over 14 and a half points. Second year player, a guy who was actually starting at times for Atlanta. I think he's the youngest player in the league, or one of the youngest players in the league. But AJ Griffin Jr., over 14 and a half points. He's a shooter, played for Duke, but he also plays for Atlanta. Second year player. And Tari Eason. I already told y'all about Tari Eason. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more before I give it to my guest, just to see if he has any thoughts. Hang on real quick. I had to comment. All right. One more from my guest. One more before I see if my guest has anything. Victor over his points, AJ Griffin over his points. Grady Dick for the Toronto Raptors over 13.5 points. He's a rookie. So it's kind of going against the theme of me using these second-year players that got something to prove. But he's a rookie. He got swag. Wore the red jacket, so I think he's gonna come out here shooting. And the boy for Golden State opened at like 9.5. Podutsky. He didn't even really shoot his first game, and he still ended up going over. A lot of these guys end up, they may start slow. Same thing with Jalen. They may start slow their first game, and they be like, "Hold on, this summer league, dudes is taking awful shots. I can shoot some of these too." And they start jacking up shots, and they cover their points. So I think that's gonna happen with Grady Dick. Jabari, Scoot, and Shadanian also will round out that lotto. So we'll wind the video. I know it was a lot in a little bit of time, but I just think these summer league lines is sweet today. Do you got any feelings on summer league? Any guys that you want to look for? Any angles you looking? I know we don't got the Knicks yet. When the Knicks start, we gonna get busy on summer league.
Hey man, when them Knicks come through, when the Jets come through, it's time to collect. But no summer leagues just yet. I'm still like in fact collecting mode. I watched a couple games. I watched the games get up and down. So I'll be telling what you're on right now, but I can't give anything out with any confidence right now. I gotta like watch a couple more games and see how the game's flowing.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the honesty. Real quick. Let me see. How do y'all feel about the overs on the summer league full game? So, I think if you're gonna attack them, today would be the day to do it. Now they are in Vegas, so be careful because maybe those guys may have been partying and they may, but sometimes also that means it's gonna be a lack of defense as well. So I think the first day, as far as with these over points as well, I think the first day is the day that you attack the overs. I know my the big homie Artie, he be in here a lot of times too. He hit all overs the first day of summer league with the four teamers all over. So I think today is a good day to look towards some overs as well. So yeah, definitely like the overlooks. And what I want to do, excuse me, y'all, I'm trying, it's kind of ratchet as it's always going to be, but we want to recap like our official plays. So I'm going to throw my guests, the thing going down there, those his official plays. So I want to let him go over his four officials one last time. I'll go over my two officials and we get about it.
Excellent. Once again, thank you again, Dream, for having me. Love to see the glow up, man. It's been fantastic. But my four officials for tonight is Kayla McBride. I went over the fact that she shoots threes at home and she's playing a team that gives up threes. Open at 125 over to 1.5. Obviously, that's gone. So you could put that with the Aces first half money line. I like the Aces to come out strong. Becky Hammond to have some adjustments to limit what the Wings were doing so good in that last game. Combined, that's plus 110. On the piece of Collier, over 7.5 rebounds. The power forward that plays against the Mercury gets those rebounds because usually the center has their hands full with Griner down low and they come on that weak side to grab the boards. Also, when she's transitioned to power forward, I forget the official number, but I believe something like 8 of the last 11, she's been hitting that 8+ number. Same game, 3-in-1 game. Diamond Miller over 14.5 points. Give me Diamond every single time. The line last game was something like 16.5, 17.5. She's a bucket. If she gets 12 shots, she's getting this line. She may even hit 20. She's on our long shot of the day with her and Aaliyah Balsa for 20 plus for 14-17, which is the fourth and final play. Baby Shaq, zero resistance. Tiana Hawkins, good luck tonight. It's Leah Boston over 15.5 points at minus 120. If you want to be safer, you could take that 14.5. But I just like Aaliyah. Give her the damn ball, throw her the entry pass. Enough of this in-house bickering. Enough of is it Kelsey Mitchell's team? Is it Nelisa Smith's team? No, it's the number one overall pick from South Carolina. Give Aaliyah the ball and let her eat down low. Give me that 15.5 points.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Again, follow the bro on Twitter. Follow him, follow me, and my two plays that I'm on officially. And if I have any more, I will put them out there on the timeline. Elena Smith over 5.5 rebounds, minus 125. She's covered this 8 of her last 9 games. She had 6 last game, and she left early with an injury. In the sky, this is just purely a spot, purely a rest play. They've had 5 days off, and Atlanta has some awful travel in the last couple of days, and Sky won 3 straight games. So that's what we on. Be on the lookout for Blood Money Bets on the timeline. And as always, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. We're gonna continue to try and get better with the presentation. And let's just cash some tickets. As always, man, I know the vibes. I appreciate my guests coming through. And let's get this cash.
Yes, sir.